So by the time I upload this video, it'll be May 11th, 2026. Officially a year since I rebranded my channel to 17. And I'd have to say, it's been a pretty nice rebrand. Definitely not at all what I was expecting, but I still appreciated it nonetheless. This also, May 11th, 2026, marks when I will officially turn 18 and be an adult, which is pretty wild to think about. And in just about 6 days after this, I will officially have graduated both high school and college. Life has been pretty strange, to say the least, over this rebrand. Now, many asked back then, and many will still probably ask, what was the point in it all? Why do such a major thing to your channel so far as going by a different name? And the answer to that is, there is no point, really. There was no grand purpose or grand plan with the whole 17 rebrand. Honestly, it was kind of something I was thinking about doing for a while in late 2024, as then and before I was starting to reach a point in my life where I just really could not take myself anymore. I was starting to wonder a lot of things, like where I really stand in the world, who I even want to be, and whether or not I like the person I am now. I did a lot of introspection during that time, and I wasn't really happy with what I was seeing, like, at all. Some of it I don't think is entirely my fault, but I've already gone over those issues ad nauseum, and some of it was completely my fault and something I genuinely needed to address and work on. Combine that with the fact that I thought people were simply getting tired of me, and that this whole name Supernova was getting attached to lots of bad stuff that people were ultimately just getting tired of. And I ultimately got tired of it myself. So I decided to do 17 as a soft rebrand to get away from everything, from all the drama, all the baggage, and all of the stuff that I associated with Supernova. There was no real grand plan with it. It was kind of just a second chance, a sort of do-over in a way. Now, did that all go to plan? Well, obviously not. YP, Akleg, stuff still happened, but honestly, I learned to accept it and deal with it way better than I ever would have done in a similar situation as Supernova. And even though I didn't really do much with the rebrand, after all, I only uploaded 2 full-length scenarios and a few mocks. I mostly just streamed. I overall say it was a success. I feel far more comfortable with who I am now as a person. And that's not just because, the obvious. But I also feel like in the time, not just leading up to the rebrand, but also in the time of the rebrand, I've grown to become a much better person who has a much better grip on who they want to be and what they want to be looked at for. But at the same time, I don't completely feel comfortable just letting it all go away. Sure, the original intention was for a sort of memento mori moment where after 17 is gone, everything involving 17 is gone, but this isn't the end of something. 17 has kind of become who I am. I feel comfortable being Supernova again, but all of that baggage, all of that growth, all of the good times that happened under 17 happened. I can't throw those away. Those have influenced me just as much, if not more, than certain events that I went through as Supernova. And so we get this. How you guys like it? Yeah, I did some overhauls to their design, and I'm quite happy with it. But just because Supernova's coming back doesn't mean 17 is leaving. They're kind of just crossing over, which I feel like that's a more accurate representation of who I am and my content. So that's that. Instead of supernova, hypernova, or 17, there's obviously supernova 17. Hopefully, since there is no like time limit, I can actually get some content out and, be an actual creator that doesn't just stream and mooch off her fans. But yeah, I'll try to get the Q&A out sometime before my graduation, maybe a little bit after. It all just kind of depends on how things go, but it will come out. I promise. I haven't forgotten about that. So yeah, this is Supernova and 17. Yeah.